Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
Call yourselves Title Town? Are you kidding me?
That's fraud.
It feels like a gray area.
Spoiler alert, Canada. Cup's coming back to the US of A.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers.
I hate you guys so much.
My dog just shit his ass.
It is an honor to be a member of a club of less than 500 people.
There you go.
Oh no. It's a lot harder over here where the water is. I have enough of walking on the concrete now. Whew. Here we go, guys. In about 10 seconds. Yeah, take me a few. Oh God, this is cold. Mother of God, this is cold on my feet. Holy shit. And here we are, guys. You know, it's actually cold, but it feels great on my feet. Oh God, that actually does feel really good. Well, there we have it, guys. A little over 6 months. 3,176 miles. And I've done it. It's insane.
There you have it, folks. You heard it from the man himself. 6 months, 3,176 miles. And today, Joe Hall finished his walk across the country. What's up, Joe?
Hell yeah!
Give that man his air horn. Give it to him.
I'm trying to find it. I was too busy staring at it.
Hell yeah!
So I could not find the Mountain Dew.
It has a loop button.
So I have a
Does it work well when it freezes?
wonderful collection of things to drink tonight.
I can't wait to hear about you just getting hammered here tonight on site.
One of these is 9.2%. So
Hell yeah, baby!
I'm wondering, should I start off with that, or should we finish with that?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, let's see if it's a twisty
Is that
or if it's
wine? Is that
no. This is Ghost Town Brewing Sour Violence Sour Sweet Stout.
Sour violence?
Oh my God.
That sounds insane, Joe.
I'd be more impressed if you opened with your boobies, though.
This is Craft Sports, by the way. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got an awesome show
Great.
coming up for you tonight. We were celebrating Joe Hall. Joe Hall is across the damn country today. It's going to be an awesome show. Why are you turning away from the camera, Joe? What is happening?
I gotta go find the bottle opener.
Okay.
Right. Take us with you. Come on.
Got an awesome show coming up tonight. Joe will be hanging out tonight. We're going to talk to him about those feelings as he ends this walk. We also have got some NFL stories to talk about. College football. Scott's all excited because Bama's right there in the mix. They're right there. We've got the path for Bama to make the playoffs. Tons to get to. Scott,
They're not back. They never left, baby. They never left. You never count out the NCAA making sure that there is a path to success for both Alabama and Ohio State.
Should I bust out the first sip, chug, drain, pour then?
Oh,
yeah,
you're
go
going
for
early.
it.
You're doing it now. You didn't want to wait until college.
Oh no,
football?
I've got the other one. When did I get so close to the camera? Jesus Christ!
I don't know. Very up close.
Now I'm all flustered.
That said, let's go, Joe. Mookie looks like the kind of guy that finds your feet unimpressive.
See, and I'm just really, really glad that he gets it.
And the worst part about this is, guys, is I forgot that I fucking hate stouts more than anything else in the fucking world.
What is wrong with you? Get off the show.
So I'm gonna have to chug this drain pour none of the rest, and then sip everything else.
All right,
Yeah,
so
you drink
well,
that
let's give it-
stout like a man.
first
Here we
sip,
go.
chug, drain, pour of the night. Then
Joe's stout journey. Oh man, that was a sour stout though. I don't know, Joe. Would you bang that beer?
No, I wouldn't.
would that beer bang you?
It doesn't taste. It's not like as bad as the stouts that I've had before. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to power through this so I can get to my my other delicious ciders. And apparently a hard seltzer that I thought was a cider when I looked at it. But it's a hard
Okay.
seltzer.
We totally steered you wrong here, Joe, because going from a stout to seltzers and ciders.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was how you were
This is-
doing
Yeah,
it.
I got that, and then I've got 2 Far West cider companies. I've got one that is pink guava, and the other one says all grapes go to heaven.
Why
and
didn't
then
you just buy
apparently-
good beer?
Apparently, I got Arizona Sunrise Cherry Punch Hard Seltzer, so I think we'll wrap the night up with that. I'll
The man
hammer
just walked
that
across
down.
the country, and Mookie's out here telling him he should have bought good beer after
What,
not drinking for 6
does he get a
months.
pass or something? Like, is this a free pass? Like
I
when he's
believe
graduated
so.
college?
I believe the man can drink whatever he wants on the night that he finished walking across the
I
country.
mean-
Joe, you're getting the love in the comment sections. Jared said, hell yeah, Joe, congratulations, man. Absolutely inspiring and incredible. Sarah said, way to go, Joe. Tyson saying, proud of you, Joe. Also, though, Sarah's pointing out, it's stout season. It's always stout season.
No.
It is.
Let's do
These
these beers
kids.
real quick. Let's intro these beers, Mookie, and then we'll do your sip, chug, drain, pour. Scott, what are you drinking tonight? Would you bang it?
I went back to the KBS well, man. Every time I walked in, I found a new one. I have KBS's cinnamon, vanilla, cocoa, imperial stout, baby.
Hard man.
It's got the cinnamon, coffee, vanilla extract, cocoa nibs, and it's been aged in oak barrels. Where's the percentage on this one? Oh, coming in at the highest so far, 12%.
Oh boy.
Yeah. This one is a little boozy. This one I can taste. It's not like last week's. Hey, am I gonna find any bourbon? No. It's all the way bourbon. But I'm fucking it. I'm fucking it in honor of Joe, and I'm fucking it in honor of stout season.
Hell yeah. Mookie, what do you got in your mug, and are you banging it?
Did we all just make a pact to think of Joe the next time we bang? Because I'm in. I will join that wagon.
You haven't been?
You don't already?
Well, I mean, I guess that would require I bang for it to happen. So
Joe has seen my vinegar strokes in my head.
Hey. All right. Well, next time, Joe, I'll capture that selfie video style for you. Tonight, though, I'm drinking Beastly Organic Honey Porter. And I mean, if this can is any indication, like, I'm fucking stoked.
Look at that bee.
Isn't that one hard ass?
That bee's
Look at
gonna
that
whoop
thing.
your ass, Mookie.
He don't fuck around, yeah. So far, so good. This thing is living up to the billing. It is absolutely delicious. It's a little bit more pungent, punchy in the face than I would have expected from a honey porter. But yeah, I'm all the way in. I'm dipping my stuff in honey and banging with this.
I went out and I got, because earlier this week Caesar was texting the group and was talking trash because some place had a prediction that it was going to be Texas and Notre Dame, and he said it's going to be the end of Christianity and the end of Notre Dame. So I've got 512 IPA, which this green can chroma key's out, but it's Austin's original IPA. So in honor of Texas, hopefully losing to Notre Dame in a bowl matchup that probably isn't going to happen, I went with just a tried and true dad pop style IPA. This is Missionary on a Wednesday right here. Great beer. lot of IPA. This is a Scott old school style. This is a two brusher. This is just an
Oh, wow.
IPA.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
But it's good. It's good. I've grown accustomed to it now. Two brushers aren't that bad.
Oh, man.
Let us know in the comments what you guys are drinking. BS Brewworks Night Rider Czech style dark lager.
Chug.
Go back
chug,
in, Joe.
chug,
Go,
chug,
go,
chug,
go.
chug, chug,
Well, I mean,
chug,
the
chug.
people have asked.
If there's one thing you can do with a
Oh my
9%
dear God.
porter, or stout rather, you should chug it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's so bad.
When's the last time you puked?
That's a great question, Mookie. When is the last time you puked, Joe?
Oh God,
I feel like you shitting your brains out a lot, but like your body's trying to conserve its hydration so it's not puking.
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time that I threw up.
All right. Well,
I can tell you
gonna be
what
tonight.
I can tell you when it's gonna be.
Sarah's drinking BS Brewworks Night Rider. It's a Czech style dark.
We just
lager.
went over that.
Sarah, I know, but then we got distracted, so I'm it's called a reset, Joe. Sarah was gracious enough to bring some beers up to us, and if I wasn't such a dummy, we'd probably be drinking some of them tonight.
Yeah, we would have been drinking the Crowler. That's gonna sit there for another week. But
well, there's 2 Crowlers. Sarah gave an extra one for
fresh.
So there's 2 Crowlers to have. We've got a
Way to
ton.
go.
Tyson is drinking his last blueberry Natter Days.
Dude, I never got my hands on those. I'm so just disappointed.
I'm very jealous. I've never had a blueberry Natter Days either. Jared got a.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. If it's anything like the other Natter Days, like
the
the
pink
pineapple
lemonade was bomb.
There's a
Jared
100% chance it's delicious.
Jared's got Celebration IPA by Sierra Nevada, 6.8% ABV. The king of holiday winter beers, always solid, would not just bang, would drop on one knee and pop the question. Matt's drinking O'Connor Guapo IPA, one of those monthly calls you make in college. And Tank said, saving my real beer's calories for tomorrow, tipping a Run Wild IPA by Athletic Brewing Company, 0.5% ABV. I gotta try some of these athletics.
No,
I gotta
that's
try some of
bullshit.
these athletic. Why?
Because
Hey, there's Caesar.
you can't say you're saving your beer calories and then drink a half ABV beer. Just call it what it is. You want to pretend you're not an alcoholic getting drunk 2 days. So you're going to drink a non-alcoholic beer on a Tuesday and then drink real alcoholic beer on a Wednesday, Tank.
Wow, that was a really big breakdown for something that's probably
And it
not
was
true.
pretty aggressive too.
Yeah, very rude call out of the viewers, Mookie. I don't really appreciate.
Tank's had you on his
It's
show
what
twice.
I do
How
here.
rude.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm angling to get back a third time.
I want to
Glad
check
you're
the map
doing
real quick before we check the map. Caesar,
chug,
you,
chug.
Well, okay.
So I was in a fucking rush because the fucking cashier that was supposed to take over my spot didn't show up.
That bitch.
So
Did you tell him?
no.
Oh,
Smokey, you're fucking wet, bro. I'm sorry. Do not get on my pants. Anyways.
Because if you get on his pants, you would have to take the Google survey.
So I just went to like the beer aisle and I got the most craft thing I can think of. I got Carbach Brewing, Rodeo Clown, Imperial Tropical IPA.
Yeah, that's pretty crafty. That's it sounds
It's
pretty
crafty.
Was that gone?
This
Dude,
happened.
that was our favorite game to play in our last neighborhood. Fireworks or gunshot.
Yeah, we used to play that in Toledo all the time. It was usually gunshots.
Yeah,
Joe,
not a lot
let's
to
take a
celebrate
look
in
at the
Toledo.
map and see.
I wouldn't fuck it.
how-
See, that's exactly how I felt about this stout. Ugh.
Also, dude, I tried to buy a fucking shirt. It wouldn't let me.
Mm.
Convenient.
Mhm.
Seems
Convenient.
convenient. Seems like an excuse I would use.
Here we have
Bro,
go across the Golden Gate Bridge into the Pacific Ocean. I put this one up first. I put the map of California up first because I just wanted to show just how impressive it was and end on the map of the entire country.
Oh my god, look at that.
Start in Delaware, all the way across the country, over the Rocky Mountains, all the way to the Pacific Ocean in San Francisco. Joe, take us through what was going through your head as you took those steps into the water and ended this journey.
God, my feet hurt. No, I mean, it really was.
Well, your
like,
back's gonna hurt because you pulled landscaping duty.
you pulled landscaping, dude. No, because after I lost the stroller and having to backpack everything at the end, like it completely changed the weight distribution of everything. So my feet literally got their asses kicked for the last week. Like my feet have hurt more this last week than they've hurt the entire walk because I basically took all that weight that I had lost and put it on my back. And now I'm carrying all that weight again, as opposed to pushing it on a cart in front of me. So, but I mean, other than that, like, you know, I was live on Facebook. So I was, you know, chatting with the people that followed along and everything. And, you know, it got up to like 100+ people. I felt like like Ryan Gosling. It's like, all right.
Wow.
Were you fucking Eva Mendes too?
No, I mean it was like I guess there's a sense of relief because it's the pain will hopefully come to an end. But there was a lot of like apprehension just with the last week or so of it, like dealing with what's going to happen afterwards, as far as work, what am I going to do? Like what's next? So yeah, there's a little bit of anxiety there, but it like once I put my feet in the ocean, and man, it was like 53 degrees. So like it was cold water, but it felt so good on my broken ass feet. Like I probably could have, if I still had my chair, I could have literally sat my chair there and just let my feet sit in the water, and I would have felt perfectly fine with it.
So I think this is a great time to bring up what Sarah just put in the comments here, asking if we can buy you a pedicure, Joe. I'll throw in for that too. So do we want to start a collection for the pedicure, or do you want to go a la carte?
We are currently in the process of allocating enough funds for a hotel stay for 4 more days in San Francisco and food because the 49ers came through today with a little bit of extra pressure from Mike and the name drop.
Yeah. Joe met somebody along the way who was able to hook him up with the CSO of the Niners. Joe was able to score some tickets for Sunday, and then
it looks like it's changed. I just got the message from Steve when we were out eating. It looked, I'm originally going to get Steve is one of the firefighters from West Lafayette Fire Department in Indiana, who was high school best friends with the CSO of the 49ers. So he pulled the strings.
It is crazy how that type of shit works. Some guy in Indiana. Wow.
And but he messaged me earlier today. He's like, all right. He's like, yeah, I got you set up. You're getting a ticket and a field pass. Nice. And I was like, so he's like, you're going to be able to be on the field before the game, be up in your seat. He's like, you'll either have a seat or you'll be up in the suite. And then be able to go back down on the field after the game. And he sent me a message before all that. He's like, man, I was trying to get you in the locker room. And I'm like, I think that'd be a little awkward, but
just dudes hanging out, man. What's the deal? It's just dudes hanging out.
Like, let's see how good looking Jimmy G really is.
Ending this trip with all the dongs.
Yeah, you want to talk 6 to midnight right there. Whew.
Wow.
Joe, I'll transition awkwardly out of that. I want to know, like, because you were live, I was watching you live. I sat down with my wife to watch you walk into the ocean, and like, there was this sense that I had as you stepped foot in the ocean of like, Joe's about to say something like really profound.
No shot.
You've got 3,000 miles to think of like, what am I going to say when I finally end this? And you ended it with, no, this really does feel good. And that was like, it's cold. It feels really good.
It's wow, it's really cold.
I mean,
Did you
cold
feel
guys.
pressure to like come up with something profound in that moment and then choke, or how did that go in your head?
No, I mean, really, because I even said something to my, I think I said it in the live broadcast as I was walking up. I said, really like coming to grips with my thoughts and my feelings about it. That's going to take time. You know what I mean? That's going to take time to kind of like dig through and figure out, which is going to happen when I write the book of the walk. So, no,
Dude,
I mean, dude, I have an associate's degree in English, which is good for about absolutely nothing. But
can you help me write my Christmas newsletter?
I used to write papers for my teammates in college for money.
Oh, well, how about I could give you beer?
Hand jobs. What?
I mean, we just got some gasoline, so
I'm not editing that out. Tyson says there's going to be no living with Joe after this. Can you imagine complaining about anything to him after this? At work. Oh yeah, I had diarrhea when I walked across the country. You planning on throwing this over everybody's head? Just
so here we are. I'm not banging this. Like, I probably wouldn't bang it if I was drunk. It's that bad to me.
But would it try to bang you?
It might. Ugh.
Like
I actually had a high school teammate or a college wrestling teammate who had a softball player take advantage of him. And in college. She was hefty.
So Biscuit wants you to know with your tan, Bosa might call ice on you, so make sure he knows.
I was gonna ask that. I was gonna tell you if you could ask him if he hates Mexicans.
Hey, you should see these fucking feet. How pasty white these feet are, whiter than Mookie right now.
Speaking of which, Caesar, what did you think about that penalty call this afternoon?
Bro, how's that fucking work?
We're not talking soccer right now. We're talking to Joe about walking across the country. You'll get your World Cup time,
Read the
Mookie.
room.
Gosh, what's this beer, Joe?
This is the Far West Cider, California cider, blended with pink guava.
That
sounds like a
So
pretty
this was a kind of a weird liquor store that we went to, because like my sister went in too, and we were looking around, and like a lot of the 4-packs and like the 6-packs and stuff had like single beers missing, and I've never seen that. And apparently you can literally just go in and like create your. I've never done that before. I was like, this is awesome. I wish I'd known that before. I'd have got way more alcohol.
Is it awesome or is it overwhelming? Because sometimes I hate it because I'm like, this is too much to choose from.
It was a little overwhelming because I had a deadline. It's like, fuck, I gotta get back by 5:00. We got a podcast to do.
Which I know you said something about not knowing what you do after this, but I'm pretty sure we've got you booked for the next like 15 Tuesdays in a row still, right? Because I want to see the aftermath. I want to see you when you go on the PR circuit, when you're out there doing, Good Morning America and all that shit. I want to hear the behind the scenes of that part of it too.
I mean, if I'm an honorary, non-honorary, but sort of honorary member of the show, then I will be here.
I mean,
that's your title. I'm gonna have to.
You guava, be kidding me?
wow.
Corny ass shit.
Oh my god.
That's corny ass shit. Caesar, what are your friends doing in the comment section here? What's Hector talking about?
I don't know.
Why is he saying it can't be done? What can't be done?
I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly don't know.
I think it was in reference to the softball comment because Sarah before said no means no.
Got you. Okay. Let's just blow right past that one.
Well, you asked.
Yeah. No, I was like, no se puede. Like, yeah, that means no. Like, it can't be done.
Unless he was talking about that penalty save by Hector Ochoa.
We're not talking that
Hector
stupid
Ochoa?
soccer yet.
Memo. Fuck. My bad.
That's racist as fuck, though.
There's whatever.
We need to
We're not talking soccer right now, Caesar. I'm going to use it for names this time.
It's because
Race card.
all Mexicans look alike, apparently, I guess.
Race card.
I live that, bro.
Goddamn 37.
You know what?
Joe, take me through the emotions that you're feeling.
Oh, you
Nice
broke Caesar.
non sequitur there.
You're sometimes when it's Mookie and Caesar, you just gotta run that train right through the tracks. Like you just gotta barrel them over, and just keep rolling. Okay, so the one thing that I found awesome in your live was as you're walking, you said you could see your mom, and then you got up to her, you were able to give her a hug, you were able to give your sister a hug. You haven't seen them since you were in Ohio, right? Like that's how was the emotions?
No, I saw my mom like a week or so into Indiana because she brought me the one smaller wheel after we built the front end.
She ran that out to you. Yeah, that's
right. But for anyone not in the Midwest, Indiana, Ohio, it's the same thing.
It's
so
the
point
same.
is, it's been a
It was
while.
a 4-hour drive for her to get to where I was, so it wasn't like I was right next door.
No, but you haven't seen her since the Midwest. You've gone through several states, as Matt Barr pointed out in the comments, that Scott is not allowed to be in since then. So it's
At least after the sun goes down.
Yeah, daytime he's good.
So were there any emotions at that point when you could like see your mom and it's like, oh shit, this is done. It's here because there's mom, there's my sister. They're waiting for me. And then also to piggyback off of that, what were they feeling? Like, have you talked to them at all about what their emotions were as they saw you walking up?
My sister was crying before she could even see me.
Oh, that's so nice.
Like she was because I was live and like they were live down at the beach. So she was kind of crying early. My mom teared up when I got there, but for me, it's weird because this thing is like kind of fucked with me so much mentally. Like I just felt normal when I got there. You know what I mean? It was just like me walking in after a day of work. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. It was strange. I don't know. I can't really explain it. I don't know. Maybe this thing has really kind of screwed with me more psychologically than I realized, because like you said, even like when I got to the ocean, I didn't have this like overwhelming sense of relief. I didn't have, it was just like, cool. My feet are cold.
It was it was the most Joe way to end something like that I've ever seen in my life. Like if somebody told me, okay, Joe's about to do this amazing feat, and at the end of it, he's going
like
to
feet,
be
like FEET or
yes,
FEAT.
exactly. At the end of it, he's gonna say the most Joe thing possible. Would that surprise? I'd be like, no, I'm surprised he didn't make a dick joke. Like that's exactly how I expected you to end.
My sister offered to bring me 2 beers out so I could stone cold smash them together and like pour them on myself, and I was like,
You should have done that.
I wanted to because I did that at her wedding last April.
I do it every other Saturday when I get too hammered.
I was just stone sober, but like I was a bridesmaid in a tux, which was strange. But I was the last one that walked off after everybody. So I had somebody, or like I had 2 Coors Lights like crammed in my pockets and was like, fuck it. And so she had asked, hey, do you want to stone cold a couple of beers? And I was like, no, because part of me was still kind of worried that maybe one of the news stations would have been there. And it's like, wow, look at this chode like stone cold in a couple of beers.
I mean, that would have been the ultimate video to capture.
This gentleman has just finished a spectacular journey.
That's real.
God. Somebody cue the music. Did I just
my God!
Glass?
Dude, hey, that's how you get that big AB InBev money though, in the sponsorship.
My cousin for my sister's wedding, because I had somebody recording it. My cousin went back and put Stone Cold's music to me, Stone Colding the beers at the wedding.
Fantastic.
It was amazing.
Look, before we get too far away from it though, Joe, can we go back? So talk to me more about this walking across the country and being able to not have to see your mom for months at a time. Like I'm interested in that. Is that all I got to do to get a vacation from my mom is walk across?
Scott, I think it'd be more. You do it by yourself, so that's a vacation from your mom and
your wife,
other family members.
Especially
love you, Cheryl.
I know, but I was just like thinking, it's just like Mike was like, "How was the
son of
emotions when you saw your mom after I'd not seen her for a while?" I'm like, I mean,
fuck.
It's like, God damn. Again.
What about after you saw that child that is obviously not yours because he wants to have cowboy books in his house?
That's my guy. Yeah. Put a piece of cowboy.
I'm gonna send him to you, Caesar. Good luck.
Joe, why did your mom get hard Mountain Dew? She was very vehement when you said you were getting hard Mountain Dews for tonight. She was like, "Don't drink that trash."
So that was Kelly. That was my.
Oh, it was your sister that said that.
God.
Oh, that's even more aggravating.
Yeah, we tried like the first. Absolutely not. I'm gonna meet with my barber, and we're gonna trim it a little bit, but I'm keeping the beard.
Hell yeah!
Get an
I'm gonna try to
SF.
keep. And I'm gonna try to keep as much hair as I can, even though I've got like the embarrassing thin spot up top. I'm
whatever. We're all there. It's fine. Caesar's the only one with hair.
I'm hanging solid over here. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I had already made an appointment with my barber like 4 days ago for next Tuesday. I'm like, yep, gotta get this. We gotta get the beard trimmed up, and
over what? Over my child. It's because it is.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about it. We don't talk about. Put your camera down.
We don't talk about Bruno, and by Bruno we mean Scott's bastard child.
Speaking of that, what was the first thing your mom said to you upon seeing you after the initial immediate like hug and crying reaction? Like, was it, "Do you need to eat something?" or "Man, you really smell"? Like, what was the first mom thing she said to you?
She was like, "God, I'm so glad I had such a fucking hot son." It was weird.
Yeah, it makes sense. You're from like Southern Ohio, so
I'm from more Northern Ohio than the other 2 chodes that live in Ohio right now.
Look,
don't you live in Cincinnati?
I live here. I'm not from here.
Where are you from?
Not here.
Where are you from?
Bloomington, Indiana.
Oh, dude, my grandpa lived there.
To Bloomington. You know what? I'm pretty sure Bloomington's further south than where any of us are from, except for Caesar.
That's probably true, yeah.
So quiet, hillbilly.
Hey, I got lucky. I got out of there when I was like 2, so it didn't have a whole lot of time to take root. Just enough to make me that bit weird, but
Or
Works.
racist.
Don't worry, Matt Barr says Uncle Matt has his hands ready for that kid.
Yeah, and actually, I felt bad. Matt, you can use that extra anger in your hands for the whole ticket situation. Because Scott, I actually excluded you based on the fact that you have a wife and a family, and and Matt and I don't. Because the original email that I got from the CSO was like, "Hey, I'll have tickets ready for you tomorrow. Just send me an email." And I was like, the first person I thought of was Matt, because I was like, there's no way Scott can get away from his family. So I was like, "Hey Matt, if I get extra tickets, can you fly out?" And he's like, "I absolutely would." And then I got that other email, and I was like, "So here's the thing." So I'm still gonna send Moon Javade, the CSO, an email in the morning and see what the actual ticket situation is. But Matt Barr could potentially be flying out here, and then we're going to get hammered drunk and cheer on the 49ers. And
You're going to drink some in my honor, right?
Who are they
oh,
playing?
absolutely. And then I'm going to try to.
I want another
if
stout.
I've got a field,
have another
if
stout.
I've got a field pass, I'm going to find all of the Buckeyes on the Saints and make sure I get pictures, because that's like
Christopher Olives.
Yeah.
That's my guy. He's my receiver one on fantasy.
Chris Olave.
Yeah, Christopher Olives.
Joe, let's wrap this up with this. What have you learned about yourself over these last 3,176 miles?
That he
I'm
loves
like a
this
song.
show more than he ever
Ooh.
knew.
And I got a follow-up question after you answer that.
Scott's not too far off, and really kind of piggybacking off what Scott said, like not 100% like in jest, but it's like the biggest thing I realized is that, before this, I always thought of myself as being alone. Like, I've got friends, like I've got good people in my life, but I've always felt alone. Like that's part of the reason that I was suicidal for a while. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of the reason that I wanted to kill myself after the bike wreck. Like, I've literally felt alone for a long time. And, between the people that I met, and even people that I didn't meet, that like followed along on Facebook and like cheered me on. And then, two of you chodes, and then a third chode, and then the last chode who didn't buy a t-shirt.
I've tried to buy a fucking shirt today. I sent it to the group chat. I was so pissed.
And then
I got a phone call from my bank. Are you trying to buy a shirt? Yes, I'm trying to buy a shirt.
Yeah, because that's what they asked you to.
But you realize, you don't really realize like what really being alone is like until you're like legitimately out there on your own doing this. So it opened my eyes up that no matter what I do going forward when it comes to like work, is I'm not going to forfeit the opportunities to hang out with my friends, or potentially, if I find someone perpetually drunk enough to do it, form a romantic relationship with. It's taught me the
Who's
importance
the perpetually
of actually,
drunk one? Is the question.
I don't know. I got to find one.
Okay.
I would say 3 of you. Look at Mookie. Look at him. Look at the way he took that down. I think I found mine.
Oh, you don't have to do that for me.
It's definitely made me want to make more of an effort to have a life outside of work, which was something that I really struggled with for a long time before this. And I even I applied to go back to my old position in the warehouse that I used to work at, because there's new leadership above me, or that would be above me if they end up picking me for the position. But one of the guys who I met when I was on a work assignment years ago out in Phoenix, who ended up becoming like a regional director, and he lives like 10 minutes from me back home. He was like, "Are you sure this is something you want to do?" And I even told him, this was like 3 or 4 days ago. And I was like, no. I was like, "You don't understand. Like, I'm not the same dude that worked here when I was the manager before, where it was like sleeping in the parking lot, like doing all that stuff. I was like, I've got a reason. Like, I've got a book to write. I've got a nonprofit to attempt to try to start. Like, I've got reasons to not be in this fucking place all the time. So that's probably going to make me a better manager." Like, I was great at leading my people. I just sucked at being a manager, and that's kind of why they let me go in the first place. And then everything fell to shit. So it was really good for me as a person to watch the department fall apart for 2 years. And I still have friends that work there. One of my high school teammates that I hired when I was the manager has had to struggle through all that stuff. But, it was good for me knowing that I kind of did the right things, but it's the walk has shown me that you need to make a life for yourself outside of just work. It's not always about making great money, make enough money that you can make sure your bills are taken care of. You take the wife and kids out to do something fun with, but make sure you've got time for the people around you that mean something, because you never know when that day is going to come that they're not there.
Wow. That's very well thought out.
Yeah. That wasn't thought out, dude. That's off the cuff.
So Mike, you made a face originally when I said I've got a follow-up question, but I definitely think we need my follow-up now because the shit got real there. So just to level us out a little bit, Joe, I did also want to follow that up with, what have you learned about your butthole on this trip across the country?
It's that none of you could fulfill it.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Maybe Caesar. I don't know.
Thank you.
I've never been with
I don't even hear the rest of it. I don't even hear the rest of it, brother.
I've never been with a man.
I don't even hear the rest of it, brother. I appreciate the thought. I ain't got to hear the rest of it, brother.
He said he never had Latino dick.
OHIO, but I ain't going to hear the rest of it.
I believe.
Moving on.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I feel like I earned this one.
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
No, what you earned was this one.
Move this man!
One man's trash is another man's wild card.
He took a really heartfelt and solid moment for once on this podcast.
It was such a good way to close out this whole thing that we've done, Joe.
Fucking ruined it.
And I wanted to let the moment sit for a second, and then
the problem was you knew it was coming when he said, "I got a follow-up question."
I know.
I was like, "Here we go."
And that was the thing. I was like, "This is the perfect question to end on because it's introspective. It's going to let Joe kind of get some feelings and thoughts out there." And I wanted to let the moment sit and then tell Joe how proud of him that we are and how we were so glad to follow along and so happy that he took time out every fucking week to sit in this show and hang out with us.
That's about 85%. I missed a couple.
Make jokes.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, let's not give him full credit. This motherfucker missed a couple. He didn't give me shit about buying a shirt. He gonna get shit about not being on all of them.
Go ahead, Caesar.
If you had to give someone advice, Joe, regarding them wanting to do something crazy because they're going through a mental struggle, what would you give them as your piece of advice, and just how would you support them overall?
This is a good question to follow up with.
Good, that's a solid question.
Now,
when you got a follow up to that, when you get done.
No. Trust me, I've learned my place here. So I'll let the Dr. Phil part of the episode play out because that's what people tuned in for here.
Yeah, I agree with you, brother. But we got to get this. We got the train back on the tracks.
But what's tracks, man?
When you say crazy, now are you talking about people that are thinking about hurting themselves, or are you talking about people that are thinking about doing something insane like walking across the country?
Yeah, walking across the country.
For me, I think if you've got an idea to do something crazy like that, and that you believe that it's like, for me, it was the minute I saw the Mike Posner video and I saw about him walking across the country, it kicked me right in the gut so hard, I knew I had to do it. And if somebody else comes up across a situation where it's something like that, or anything that seems outlandish, but you can do it in service of a greater cause, go for it. My advice is 100%, because the worst part that happens is you don't hit your goal, and at least you've given it a shot. You don't have to spend your time wondering like, man, what if I'd done that? Or you end up on your deathbed and you think like, man, I wish I'd done this. Because that was the other thing with the walk is like, I go home, and this is not something that I've told a lot of people, but years ago, I started training as an indie wrestler, as a professional wrestler, because it was always something I wanted to do. And I stopped because work ran my life. For me, it was live to work, not work to live. And like I talked to the guys who run the school that I trained at, and I said, look, when I get done and I get back, we're getting back at this, because like I'm gonna get cleared, and I'm gonna have at least one professional match, because I'm not gonna end up on my deathbed and be like, man, I wish I'd done that when I was younger. I wish I'd done that at some point. So if somebody's out there and they think like, I need to do insert random crazy thing that most people would doubt them for, go for it. And if they ever needed somebody to talk to about doing something completely asinine that many people thought they wouldn't succeed at. There's a Facebook page called All Across the Country, and they could reach out, and I'd give them as much advice as I could.
Dog.
Joe, seriously, man, we are very proud of you on the show, and thank you for taking the time out during the walk to hang out with us. Also, for those of you that don't know, happy birthday, Joe. What?
Hey!
Oh, shit, for real?
It's my 40th birthday today.
40th birthday. Couldn't think of a crazier way for you to start off your 40th, man. Hang out. Let's talk some.
Wait, when the fuck did I
dick
say
and
that?
balls joke? When did he do that?
When did I say that? I said
I would.
he was a white guy with a cause.
Probably bang this.
What?
I said Joe was a white guy with the cause. I don't know when I said that.
All right, let's talk football. Did I hear a wait as I was about
That was
to?
me. That was me because I was like, everybody was giving Mookie shit for like how he was gonna ruin that inspirational moment, and all I kept thinking was, "Don't say it! Don't say it! Don't say there's still time to bang Scarlett Johansson. Don't say it." That's all I wanted to say. When Joe kept saying, "If there's something out there that you think needs to
Also,
get done."
all of you on the U.S. men's national team, listen to that shit. We need you on fucking Friday, motherfuckers. 1776 part 3.
I'm really gonna regret that.
Who does the kickball team play that day?
Buddy,
The English.
Don't get that invested in this team. It's not good for your health.
I know
We
it's
are
not.
going to talk soccer later, guys. Quit trying to
Now
shoot
let's talk the other football. Woo!
You mean the real football?
Scott,
Gotcha.
why are your guys throwing footballs at dicks after touchdowns? What's up with that?
I mean, what better way is there to celebrate than throwing a
Play
football
better
at a
defense.
dick?
Play better defense.
The photographer that got hit in the dick?
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, you know what? If he was actually paying attention to what he should be taking pictures of, he could have avoided that.
So they're dicks.
Shouldn't have been standing there.
I'm gonna hit him with that Warren Sapp. Put a jersey on. Put a jersey on.
Scott, are you officially a Jimmy G fan now? Are you in? Are you bought in?
I've never not been a Jimmy G fan. I've always been like, just resigned to the fact that he's ours. Like, he's never like I've never been anti Jimmy. It's just very anti.
We're pro Trey. We're very pro Trey.
Yeah, pro Trey and anti like same old. Like you've seen this movie 1,000 times, so it's like, all right, cool. Well, I know what I'm gonna get: a disappointing finish somewhere along the line, and when the game that counts
Sounds
most.
like my sex life. What?
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
Don't you have to start to finish though?
Oh. Oh shit. Sorry, Smokey.
Ask your wife.
Oh,
I'm not married.
That's what happens when you get
I
married.
could,
Talking
but
to
she
Mookie,
just
dummy.
Oh.
Did you see Joe's like pulling an SEC show? Did you see that this weekend? It was
We're
some
on the whole
SEC
greatest thing
halftime
ever.
show where one of the guys, they're ripping on a guy for wearing a suit, and he's like, my wife looks good in this suit. She just texted me, told me I look good. And one of the co-hosts was like, that's not the text she sent to me. And they went to commercial, and the two hosts were gone. I think it was Ben Watson with like the one dude. So the two hosts are gone, and the other two were like, well, this is awkward.
I missed that.
My boy walked back in like fixing the jacket, like, all right, we just
Picking a fight with Ben
handle that.
Watson is probably not the most.
Are you talking
intelligent
about
thing
Ben
in the world.
Watson and Peter Burns?
Yes, it was Ben Watson. I didn't know who the other guy was.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I found the
For
video.
the Saints?
Yes, it was a former football dude. That is such a ballsy thing to do to somebody on live TV.
On live TV,
It's one
man.
thing to make that joke
Especially
on
a
Crafty
dude like
Sports.
Ben Watson. It's not like he's like talking shit to Joe Buck. Like,
Oh my god.
like I would go talk shit to Joe Buck right now. But
Not-
like Ben Watson, I'd be like, nah, probably not.
Mookie's face. I think he
Not
just saw the
what your
video.
wife-
I did, yeah.
That's not what your wife texted me or something along those lines. It's
Good
just absolute
grief.
gold.
Dude, they first threw hands off screen, hands down. Because when you said it, like in my mind, like how they always have like the 4-person setup, right? I figured it was like the two former players that are sitting next to each other, and then you have like the host and then like the main color commentator, or whatever. It was like the host and one of the former players. So they're across the sides of the desk. They are gone when the commercial is there, and the one dude comes walking back in, and he's putting his suit coat on. He's like kind of doing this. I was like, oh, they had words. They definitely had some words.
I think my favorite was one of the other guys is like, did you tell him to keep your wife's name out your mouth?
Way to make it more awkward.
The dude had to issue a public apology. So
of course he did.
Well, because there were
he's so
pissed. Like people thought that there was all just a fake thing.
He's
social media. It was absolutely amazing. There it is, Matt Barr pointing it out in the comment section as I did. Keep your wife's name out his mouth. It was gold.
He should know, because when he said that, I swear to God, Watson asked him a second time. Like, he heard him the first time, but he asked him a second time, like, huh? Like, did you really? Am I gonna have to slap you on TV? Like, you really?
Wayne Brady
really
say
this?
Choke a bitch?
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? Like, wow.
That is
and as
ballsy.
before they go to break, one of them has the audacity, and I love it, to go, well, live TV for you folks. Like, wow.
I love a good call out. I love it. They teach you to just kind of ignore it and pretend like it didn't happen. I love when it's so awkward that they're forced to address it.
Dude, something like that, you have to say something. You can't just let that sit there, especially when Ben Watson is like ready to murder one of your co-hosts. You've got to address the elephant in the room.
Like, shit, I got to lighten this up before someone dies.
But let's see which is the worst mistake. That mistake or the mistake that the Vikings made over the weekend, where they were tricked into putting a porn star on the Jumbotron during a military thank you.
Oh, that's
Drop
even
fucking
better.
43
That's
on those
just
bitch asses.
What's the problem with that? I mean,
well, the problem
I feel
is
like there's a negative stigma attached
like
to porn stars.
The MAGA-ness of you would be very angry about us disrespecting the military.
Yeah,
Bro,
it was
Johnny Sins. That guy's a legend.
It was
Let the
one of
boy
those.
rock.
It was one of those Tiffy's moments, and they said,
How do you trick a guy? How do you trick him into doing that? What happened?
Well, they said send in like your shout outs to the troops. So somebody sent in a picture of a porn star.
Okay, all right.
In a clip for like a still from a scene where he's dressed in fatigues. And it said, "This is my cousin back from deployment. He's a huge Vikings fan." Blah blah blah.
They got him like that.
It was Johnny Sins, bro.
Oh, you have not seen this yet? Oh my god!
Oh, I'm googling this one too right now because
Oh god,
it's so good, but so bad.
Matt's saying he served more than I have.
oh jeez,
And Sarah,
that's
with the proper
fantastic.
Tiffy's for that. So which is the bigger mistake of the week? Calling out Ben Watson's wife or putting the still of a porn star on the Jumbotron?
It's still calling out Watson.
I'm still going with Ben Watson's wife.
Yeah,
That dude would straight up murder you if he wanted to.
He pulled
I just
straight
straight
on you.
The gall of making the wife joke on live television. Like, dude, you just can't. Like, you can't.
I almost threw that's what she said in an interview today with a candidate. So I get how sometimes we make dumb mistakes.
Like, I mean,
that's why you start on mute.
The only thing worse is if he had dropped a "your mom" joke on it. Like, he may have dodged a bullet going for the wife instead of being like, "That's not what your mom texted me." Like, could you imagine if he had said that? Like, Watson would have punched him right there live on air. There wouldn't have been no cut to commercial. You just seen Watson fly over that desk.
What I really want to know though is like, how have we not heard from Kyle yet? Like the guy who sent out the tweet. How have we not heard his side of the story yet when this all has clearly already broken out?
That's a very, very good point, Mookie. Because if that was me that was able to trick the Vikings into putting a porn star on the Jumbotron,
that would be in my Twitter bio that day.
Yeah, you would not be able. You wouldn't be able to pass me on the street without me telling you that story. I would be in the grocery store picking up eggs and being like, "Hey, guess what I did today? Check this out. Here's the picture. That's what I did today." Like everybody would know,
dude.
This on the Jumbotron? You're damn right.
This would be the one occurrence where what's that website, Soda Pop or whatever? This would be the one occurrence where they would actually get the person to sign their deal as a result of the hype.
Caesar is doing the Lord's work here for us. Hang on, I gotta pull it up for you guys just so that you can see the actual image. Let me find this tab. There it is. Here we go. There is.
That's not it. There it is.
There is the image. This is my cousin Joel, who served in the army. He has always been an inspiration. It's someone I look up to for his heroism. He is also a huge Vikes fan. Hashtag
Dude.
Skull salute.
Who thought it was a good idea to quote Kyle rules 4-H on the Jumbotron? Like, that should have been your first indication. Like, Jesus.
At Twitter user Kyle rules.
I mean, kid couldn't even pay the $8 to get the blue check mark.
So he's like he's like a high school ag student.
Oh,
He's like, I feel like this is
Oh,
really
yeah, the 4-H.
The Vikings really got like.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They did not vet that at all.
Is that more embarrassing than the product that was on the field that day? Because either way, it's pretty bad.
I'm not giving the Cowboys props. We're not doing that.
That's true.
Yes, we fucking are.
I don't care. Yeah.
They're still
Yes,
the third
we
best
are.
team in the division.
No, we're not.
If they had played Cousins earlier, they would have lost.
Yeah, if we played, no, I completely. If we played him at 12,
1 p.m. Kirk Cousins is a god.
I would have been a little scared. I would have seen all the fucking chains and But did y'all see Melvin Gordon's like goodbye Broncos country Instagram
I did
story?
see that.
Did
the
you
OJ, the tribute to OJ. He was in a Bronco. He photoshopped himself into a
What?
OJ chase. And he said, my favorite, though, is the conspiracy theory that went around Twitter.
This one, I was going to say, because I woke up to this one this morning. And I laughed my balls off. I was like, I hope that this is true.
I wanted it
hope
to be
that this is
true. I tried to find a second source to corroborate it. I could not. So we only have the one Twitter user that is circulating this, but it is gone.
Kawabaway.
That the reason that he got cut
Succotash.
is because he came into the locker room after the game and turned on Future.
Whoa.
And apparently Russell Wilson has a no future playing policy and asked for him to be released.
If he did play anything, I hope it was thought it was a drought. I just fucked your bitch in some Gucci flip flops.
What?
I just read that and I was like, man, this is one of those stories that I really don't think is true, but I want it to be true so badly.
So I
We got some good comments. I'm sorry, Mookie. Biscuit said you would think porn star would be
Dildo.
more of a Buffalo Bildo thing. Tank said stand for the flag because if Johnny Sins took a knee, his dick would
And he's fucking right.
why does another man's dick size get you so excited?
Because that's my dog. He got me through high school.
And then Ryan said, show me an unvetted tweet featuring a picture of a porn actor, and I'll show you a college student looking for a new internship.
Or a belly up intern that's doing very well at their job.
Oh my gosh.
Although, Caesar, you've not actually put out an unvetted tweet featuring a porn actor. What you been
No,
doing?
step your game up.
Should we just turn over the Twitter account to Caesar? Should we just give him
Oh my god.
and let him go?
I cannot wait for the first instance of shit. I forgot to switch off the burner to my account situation.
Listen, I got to be honest. I can't stand Twitter. It has nothing to do with Elon Musk or the reason why everybody else hates Twitter. I just can't stand Twitter. I'm half tempted to just be like, Caesar, here's the password. Go nuts. It's yours now.
Every once in a while.
Should
I
we?
bet you won't, pussy.
I bet you won't, pussy.
Good way to make me do it. All right, here's what we'll do. I'm gonna put a poll up. I can't do it in here, but I'll put a poll up to see if we should turn over the keys to the Craft Root Sports Twitter to Caesar.
It's your chance, Caesar.
Let him go wild on that Twitter. Oh dear God. Okay. The only other
Freedom ring. USA. USA. USA.
What's the worst that could happen? Honestly.
All right, listen, I'm seeing two comments. That's all I needed was 2 comments to say. Biscuit and Tank both are on board. So Caesar, I'll give you the password after the show. The Twitter account is yours. Good luck.
There's Maction tomorrow, so That should be
There's
fun.
action tonight.
Action right now.
Yeah, I know, but bro, I'm so behind today. Like
The
Lord
only
fucked me
rule of the
over.
Twitter is you can't cheer for the Cowboys from the show account. You can retweet yourself cheering for the Cowboys, but you can't cheer for the Cowboys from the show account.
Oh, okay.
All
yeah,
right.
do that and you're getting shut down.
That's fine, bro. You don't know Elon.
The only other NFL,
I
What
do.
you
That's
do?
the problem.
I don't
only
either.
other
I'm brown. He doesn't
NFL
talk to
story
me.
worth talking about this week.
You know he ain't talking to my black ass then.
Race card.
I mean, you had to hit
Am I
it.
wrong?
Did you guys see that a bunch of Jets players were liking tweets about Zach Wilson being garbage?
Oh my god! As a Garrett Wilson fantasy owner,
dude.
bench him. Bench
Are you
Zach
kidding?
Wilson.
They had 2 yards of offense in the second half. However many snaps they had, they could have just fallen forward on their face for half of the snaps and still got more yards.
Hey Zach, did you let down the defense? No.
How about
Like, who the
something
fuck does this
right
guy think he fucking is, bro? You went to BYU. He didn't have sex till he's like 24. I
And
was a
then
late
when he
bloomer,
did, he had it
and
with
I had sex before he did.
But look,
But
again, this is one of those stories that I was like, oh, so this is actually true. The fact that there's a bunch of people in the locker room that are just pissed off that he's carrying himself like it ain't his goddamn fault. Just walking
Right.
around like, man, y'all really need to stop sucking ass out there because it's really cramping my
He's got
style.
like the big dick swinging energy in the locker room. And they're all like, shut the fuck up, man.
I love that idea of Zach Wilson just walking through that locker room like, shit, it wasn't my fault we lost
Dude,
today.
there's-
Fuck y'all.
It does not make sense. It doesn't compute because I still, whenever I hear Zach Wilson's name, I think of that draft video when he was surrounded by black dudes for the first time and got very uncomfortable.
he was
and just kept like
uncomfortable.
pulling on his jacket, and now he's like, "Nah, fuck you guys. That ain't my problem. That's on you. I did my job."
It ain't my fault.
It's like tell Mike Collier to get more yards. I ain't do that shit. Like, I mean,
Tell
what am I
Garrett
supposed
Wilson to catch more balls. He would if you could throw him the fucking ball, Zach.
Look, you guys are all up on Sauce. Just let Sauce do whatever he does. I don't care, man.
I want Johnny to eat more ice cream.
they should put Sauce on the O. Like he would fucking ball out there. Make him quarterback. Fuck.
Oh
Sauce
my-
Gardner for QB, man. QB
Dead
one right
ass.
there.
Right?
Deadass.
That's an exact reenactment by Caesar of that press conference.
Bro, that's what he fucking did. That fucking Mormon dickhead.
I wish I could put the quotes or the comments up because I like Matt's last one because I feel like that's Mookie.
Zach Wilson was looking for security on draft night.
More like
He
security
said
for me.
Mookie looks like the kind of person that would feel the same way.
Y'all.
I'm gonna stand for my dog. He stood with me, and I'm brown.
I don't think I appreciate that, Caesar, but I don't think y'all know
The
how I
fist.
get down to Norwood. So y'all can just fuck right off.
With the
Alright.
Michelove.
Let's shift.
Yeah.
Let's shift gears and talk some college ball real quick. Guys, the
Took me a
path
second.
for Alabama is there. They revealed the college football playoff top whatever today, top 25. Who gives a shit? Alabama at 7. They are just outside, and the teams ahead of them aren't set in stone. Listen, you got LSU at 5. You got who is it? 6, Mookie? We were talking about it before the show.
USC, I think, is at
6 is USC. Yes, 6
Yeah.
is USC, and then Alabama right there at 7. So here's the path for Alabama. We were figuring this out pre-show. Notre Dame beats USC, and then USC beats Oregon in the Pac-12 championship. USC and the Pac-12 are out. LSU gets destroyed by Georgia. They're gone. Now we've got Alabama sitting at 5. This is also assuming that Clemson loses to North Carolina in the ACC championship. ACC is now out. All we need is Caesar's boys to take out TCU in the Big 12 championship. Boom, Alabama right there at number 4. The
If
path
all of that happens,
there.
if all that happens, you're getting 2 Big 10 and you're getting 2 Big 12 teams in the playoffs. Because unless the OSU Michigan game is a blowout, both of those teams would get in that scenario.
I don't think so. I don't think they would. I don't think they
I don't think-
especially if OSU loses to Michigan, because
Well,
they bring
yeah,
that
they'll
money
still make
in,
sure they're
they
there.
bring that money in, so Michigan would be
Yeah.
in, and then OSU would be in.
Sure, but I feel like you're not going to get two Big 12
Then
teams.
it just
You're going to
be
get
Alabama.
I think he meant
SEC.
I think he meant
SEC.
SEC. Yeah.
Did I? Yeah, I'm a little soft.
right.
Guys.
That's the
Okay,
thing.
that's I think you said Big
Alabama
12.
was-
and I
Hey,
was
Joe.
like, wait,
Joe, you fucked up. Chug your beer.
Caesar, Gabe pointing out, guess who's ahead of Texas?
Yeah, that's what I was cracking up at.
Ha ha ha.
Rally
ha, ha,
Sons
ha.
of Notre Dame.
Bro, if y'all play in the Big 12, you have like fucking 7 losses. Get the
And
fuck out
And
of here.
Notre Dame
And
has
daughters.
beaten the ACC champion. It's done. Whoever
And
wins
we've blown the doors off the rest of the
Notre Dame
conference.
Notre Dame.
You know who Notre Dame didn't blow the doors off of?
I
That
can name
team
3
from
teams.
Columbus, Ohio.
or Marshall or
Or
Stanford.
Exactly.
Look, Joe, you can say whatever you want. I feel good. I don't feel any shame about that loss to the Buckeyes. Zero. That
No, there
we
shouldn't
played
be.
well.
That was a surprisingly close.
That's a good
And-
loss.
And I believe, Mike, what do they say about teams that are great?
They cover.
Cover,
They
baby.
cover.
And
And
Notre
we
Dame
covered,
covered.
motherfucker.
Oh, the cherry punch, the sunrise cherry punch is
This
what
is
you
the. Oh wait a minute, we got to go back a little bit. Hold up. All grapes go to heaven. Not really sold on it. I'm not banging it.
If you're ever in Austin, Joe, go to the
And it's a
Cidercade.
And it's a cider.
The
It's a
Cidercade
cider.
is a
I
fun
wouldn't bang
place.
How's that stout sit in your stomach?
Dog shit.
I can't really tell.
That's
I
a
can
good
So on the
honestly,
final-
I
When the
I can
Final
honestly
Four is
tell that I'm buzzing.
Alabama, Ohio State, and fucking Georgia, like we started at the beginning of the year, like what the?
If
what that
Kansas
is,
State
people are-
loses,
People
know
are
what's
gonna
gonna
lose
happen.
their goddamn minds.
They are
Hey,
going to. It's going to be
here's-
great. That's what I'm rooting for. I am rooting for Alabama for the first time in my life. Let this happen. I need every single domino to fall. I want to see Nick Saban in that Final Four. And even better, people who after that second loss were like, oh, yeah, that's right, Alabama's out. They got no
First
shot
off-
this year. I want to see Nick Saban hoist the title at the end of this fucking year. Oh, my God. How
First off-
fucking funny would it be if Alabama wins it all after the way this year's gone?
Biscuit, I hope you have the most busy days you've ever worked until Ohio State beats Michigan on Saturday.
Hey, Biscuit said when you get back to Dayton, call him up. He'll take you out for dinner. He wants to buy you a dinner.
Yeah, he's gonna
He
he's
did
gonna
say
owe me
that,
plenty
yeah.
of he's gonna owe me plenty of dinner when Ohio State.
Make
beats
sure you
Michigan.
order pineapple pizza. He loves that.
Hell no, because I side with Biscuit that pineapple on pizza is an
Oh,
aberration.
you're wrong too.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
But
That's the wrong take to have.
Wait, what's Notre Dame at? If they're ahead of Texas, like what?
15?
20?
15.
15?
15 in the
You're above Tulane?
I
Yeah,
mean,
they're
now
about to win.
Caesar, we've scored over, 37 points in the last 5 games. We've won 5 straight. Our defense is looking solid.
I've
I
got to hate
mean-
a little less because I've got a black head coach, so I'm just gonna sit this one out.
You damn right.
All right, so here we go.
There you go, Drew. There's the opening. There it
We
is.
walked right into it. So we were
My-
talking about this pre-show, Scott, before I think you came back, and we're gonna do a sip, chug, drain, pour here. Real
Oh
quick.
God, no! Don't do it!
Yes.
Don't you dare pit blackhead coaches against each other!
No,
You son of a bitch!
You sit with this for a second.
Sip, chug, drain, pour. Marcus Freeman, Lincoln Riley, Lane Kiffin on looks alone.
Oh, you son of a
Simply on
Straight
bangability.
sexability. Who?
Yeah.
Like the damn sexiness of Marcus Freeman.
Well,
How
Lane
bad you
Kiffin.
want to lick their nuts?
well, I'm gonna go
Wow, this
straight
went south.
reverse. I'm gonna go reverse style of that list we saw.
Like
of
reverse
that
cowboy?
chick- of that chick who clearly had her preference on rankings of quarterback attractiveness. And I'm gonna go.
She went from the whitest white to like gray to black. Like she
She was like,
Dude,
Well,
Jalen
I'm gonna
Hurts was
start
at
off-
6.
I'm gonna start off at 32 with Lamar. Let's just
That's
get that
crazy.
out there.
had
That's
Jimmy
crazy.
G at 11.
Look,
what a
let's be
bullshit
honest,
list that was.
I'm not a fan of the men's, but Lamar is probably the ugliest quarterback in the league.
Listen,
Yeah.
No, he's not, bro.
That's true.
No, he's
That's-
not.
I'm not denying Lamar is the worst.
Yeah,
looking
he's
quarterback.
ugly as fuck.
But
it was
Jimmy
just a
G
very
at
good
11
word.
was an atrocious ranking.
Yeah,
That
Jimmy
is-
G is number 1 because Jimmy G is dreamy, and I'm gonna shake Jimmy G's hand, and I'm gonna call him the GOAT on Sunday.
Guys,
And
I
then
don't
you're gonna
feel,
rub
I
it
don't
on
feel
your
good
face.
exploiting these guys like this. But anyways,
By
Scott,
default, Deshaun should be 32.
sip,
So I'm
chug,
sipping Freeman. I'm
Same.
chugging our Lord and Savior Lane.
there,
Wow. Okay. Wow.
the correct take.
And then, well, wait, I didn't even hear who the third was.
Lincoln.
Lincoln Riley.
Oh yeah, drain porn Lincoln all day.
I'm poor draining Lincoln.
Poor draining.
Poor draining.
Poor draining.
See, I hate to say it. I hate to say that I would.
Is Caesar ever going to get the
Trojan.
name right, or is that just
No.
going to be something that irks the shit
It's
out
just
of
a
me
bit-
for
it's
like
just
the
a
rest
bit
of my
now.
life?
It's just,
be
yeah,
his
it is what it
draining.
is now.
That's
Yeah.
his thing.
Which, by the way, Caesar, you'd be proud in our Facebook chat with Jenny, where we were first, where I got my other sip, chug, drain, pour we'd never hit on. I said pour draining. We're going to carry this on.
Yes.
So since we're on the line on this one, then I'll sip, chug, pour, drain the other one from Jenny's chat. What is the worst organization in the world?
The Houston Texans.
FIFA, NCAA, or the NFL?
Oh.
Sip, chug, drain, pour, those three.
This is brutal.
I would substitute the
Mason, you can
NFL
shut the
for
fuck
US
up and go do some
the
work.
U.S. government.
It was fuck. That's actually a solid one.
This is very tough. This is
right.
really tough.
I am.
Okay,
wait,
I'm gonna-
so
I'm
wait a
gonna
minute.
go
How is
first.
this working? Like, if you
Go
drain
first.
pour, does that make them the absolute worst? Is
They're the
that-
worst. Yes. Yeah. You're
Okay.
essentially going best to worst. Sip, chug,
And it was NFL, FIFA, and NCAA.
NCAA. Yeah.
I'm pour draining the NCAA.
Wow. Okay.
Another poor drain.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they exploit people way more than the other two do.
Okay, so then
Not
still,
anymore.
who's your sipping your chug?
Then I'm going to go on ahead, and I mean, they overlook war crimes, so FIFA's got to be the sip.
Not just war crimes, brother. Not
Yeah,
just war crimes, brother.
no,
Not just war crimes, brother.
You're good on that one. You're like, listen, that's
I'm
true.
not.
You're like, if I had to
he's
pick
gonna-
one of the
he's-
three.
He's dying. He's dying. On the show.
No, I'm
He's dying
chugging.
on
I'm
the show.
chugging. I'm sorry.
Chugging.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I thought you
I'm
said
chugging,
sip.
yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
my
okay,
bad, my
okay,
bad.
okay.
I'm chugging, and then I'm sipping the NFL because I mean, the NFL,
I think
they're
you're
like the grown up NCAA.
I think you're right on sipping the NFL because here's how I'm going to rationalize this. This is oh boy, this is rough. I'm going to sip the
Goddamn
NFL
47.
because they are they are impacting the least number of people. Like the number of people, it's a bad impact and they're hurting people, but it's a smaller portion of the population. I am going to, God damn it. With that rationale, I guess I would have to. Nah, FIFA fucks over a lot of people. Listen,
they're
I'm
pretty
okay.
fucking terrible.
I'm poor draining FIFA.
I'm
poor
draining
draining FIFA.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
if
I'll-
you're not drain porn, FIFA, you're a terrible human being. So.
But the NCAA is
No,
dude,
see, because
FIFA-
okay,
I'll
so
the NCAA and I'll drain poor FIFA.
you want to talk about number of people affected, Mike? How many people can be directly attributed to
Death.
dying at the hands of the NCAA or the NFL? Directly attributed.
Or Brian
Now, look,
Kelly.
I'm not trying to say CTE isn't bad, but they didn't directly die.
It's a good point.
Kind of
Good point.
like
Yes, Matt Barr. Thank you. I agree.
Sip NFL, chug NCAA, poor drain FIFA.
This is for you,
NCAA
USA.
Sort of figured it out with NILs, even though they didn't figure
Right.
it out with NILs and they were forced to by local governments that passed the laws. And said,
hey, we still got there.
NCAA
Okay,
was like, well, I guess we have
it
to
takes
now.
time.
Ryan McCarthy saying FIFA is the NCAA.
Facts.
Tank said FIFA killing people is worse than the NCAA financially exploiting teenagers. Good point.
Yeah, but the fact that all of those teenagers happen to be brown, also a big problem.
You're right. Yeah, that's the other.
Look, as a 3/4 brown person right now, I can't find any fault there.
All right, let's.
3/4.
Thank you. As an honorary member, I don't have a problem with us
I mean,
being
hey,
exploited.
at least
Don't worry about it. It's cool.
Let's
Slavery was a choice.
Rankings. We're running
I was
low
gonna
on
say
podcast
3/4
rankings, guys. There's only like a couple weeks left in the season. DraftKings has taken off everybody except 8 teams off the board. So speaking of exploiting teenagers, let's go ahead and do that right
There's
now
only 2 weeks.
as we look at
that's
something like
surprising though that they only have 8 still up there.
only
Like,
8 teams
that's
available at DraftKings right now. So number 8, we have Oregon at plus 10,000. We have LSU at plus 3,500. Number 6 is USC at plus 2,500. Number 5, Clemson at plus 2,200. The top 4 has been shaken up in the Wise Guys top 10 or 8 now. Number 4 is TCU at plus 2,500 to win it all. Michigan, number 3 at plus 1,000. Ohio State at plus 230. and then Georgia, the heavy favorite to take the crown at minus 140. Georgia's odds got a little bit better. Ohio State's odds got a little bit better. Michigan got a little bit worse. TCU, big jump up to get in that number 4 spot. So there's your top 4 in the Wise Guys top 10 college football playoff rankings. Odd that they have 2 Big Ten teams with the chance here, and not so much 2 SEC teams. I find that interesting. Like LSU is that off that they're like, yeah, they're not getting in. They don't have a shot at this one. It's
Alabama
so bad
gonna stone cold the shit out of this and come running down the ramp and hit everybody with chairs.
Alabama's cashing in that money in the bank to come for TCU.
It is happening.
I don't know what's going on with Nick
Who's 6 and 7? Like who's kind
in the Wise Guys poll?
Yeah.
Well, let's back it up and see here. Let's erase all of that.
Pay attention.
USC, LSU is number 7.
So say LSU beats Georgia, Oregon beats USC. No, hypothetically, come on, let's do some drugs.
Okay.
Oregon beats USC, LSU beats Georgia, TCU loses to whoever the fuck in the Big 12 championship. Who's your 4? It's 2 Big 10, 2 SEC, right?
Well, it depends on what happens in that Big Ten championship game. Because
Saturday.
You have this Saturday.
It depends what happens this week because
right,
the Big
this
Ten
Saturday
game is going to be ugly it's going to be big time East whoever gets in there. And there's,
Guys, why are you showing no respect to the other side of the Big Ten? Like you think Wisconsin has no shot in the Big Ten title game? I mean, come on.
Wisconsin.
It's
Iowa.
It's either Purdue or Iowa at this point.
They're the Boilermakers.
Well, shit, Joe, you better hope it's not Purdue because Purdue's got a history of taking.
So does Iowa.
Well, come on, you've seen Iowa this year.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: if Purdue and Ohio State both make it to the Big Ten championship game, Steve, the guy who hooked me up with Moon, the CSO of the 49ers, said he would buy both of our tickets to the Big Ten championship game, and I would be in Indy watching the game against Purdue with him. So, and this dude, like,
why Purdue?
Because he graduated from Purdue. He graduated from Purdue, and this dude looks like Thor after he cut his hair. Like, I'm not like this guy looks like he could still play college ball. When I was up there, when I was at West Lafayette Fire, like I joked about playing for Purdue, and he joked like, no, I was a cheerleader. I don't know if he meant like he was on the team but didn't play, or if he was an actual cheerleader. But this dude legitimately looks like Thor when he chopped his hair off and had like the flat top. So, like, I'd be okay. I'd be like, oh yeah, fuck it.
So if you were on live TV with him, you wouldn't make a joke about his wife.
I don't know if he has a wife. This dude might be planting seed all over West Lafayette.
Well, I don't think you'd make a joke about his significant other that he gave a shit about on live
Look,
TV.
here's the thing you don't know about me, Scott Kaiser, is I've been in a cage and I have fought with 265-pound dudes. I will step in there with anybody. I'll get my ass kicked, but I ain't gonna be scared.
Pillow fist, baby. Old pillow fist hall, my man.
Are you the real, like, here comes the boom?
I mean, not really that. I never fought as a pro, but I was 4-5 as an amateur. And I have one amateur heavyweight MMA belt to my credit, so I'm confident in my ability to. I'm confident to defend myself against most people. Hey, you know what? Steve would be a tough fight. I might get the shit beat out of me, but I'd give it my all. I ain't gonna back down.
All right, so
I'll fight Scott Kaiser too.
Quick early lines on this.
Yeah, but Scott Kaiser ain't fighting you. So good luck,
we're fighting tomorrow. I'm coming. I got your address. We're going.
Joe versus the Purdue
you
guy.
You got Wanda's address, son of a bitch. You're gonna hit a woman. Y'all heard that? The walk's over. He said he hit a woman.
Yep.
I will shake the shit out of him.
Poor Wanda.
Wanda Sykes?
What?
Is she still alive? I miss her.
What? Yes, she's still alive. She's not been live.
What the hell?
Mookie, do you want to see what the top 12 would be if it ended today?
Yeah, let's do it. I want to hear Mookie complain. Let's go.
Guess who's fucking in?
Well,
Roll fucking wave.
Let's just be honest here. It's not that far away from being reality, but we're still a little premature.
We are very premature, but
it's nothing new for anybody in this group.
Very good point.
Absolutely true.
Before we lose the moment, Matt Barr pointing out, Scott, I ain't fighting back. That's a hate crime, motherfucker. So
Is it? Because
Goddamn
I'm pretty
right.
sure that I have a fairly
He likes
good
my
tan
outfit
right
though,
now.
so thank you for your service.
Race card.
Our
Wow, that is
12-team
delayed.
playoff. Our 12-team playoff is delayed right now. It's potentially delayed because of the goddamn Rose Bowl. Get over yourself, Rose Bowl. Every other bowl game has signed off and been like, yeah, no, this is cool. Let's expand next year. And the Rose Bowl is like,
I love it.
only if we can stay on New Year's Day at noon, because that's what we do.
We're the granddaddy of them all. We won't move off our shit.
I love how Los Angeles has become hillbillies from like the deep south.
Wait, they play at 12, so they wake up at 10 to watch that fucking game?
No, I think it's the parade.
It's more about the parade.
You wanna know
Nine.
what's
It's 3
really
hours.
weird is
100%
trying-
about the
it
fucking
is-
parade. They don't give a fuck.
It's the
about
parade.
It
They
is
don't care about
trying to watch college football at 9 a.m. in the fucking morning is weird as shit. I cannot
No,
wait to
dude.
get home simply
Dude,
because
it
of
is
that.
so
Oh,
great.
dude, you don't understand. It is the fucking best
I'm here
because it's
for
not
it.
about the weekend shit. It's not about the early weekend shit. It's all about that. Oh, this fucking prime time shit that would go till midnight. Oh, it's done by 7 o'clock. The rest of the night is still
Mhm.
available.
No.
because that
For
shit's
prime
started at
time,
4.
for prime time, yeah, I'll give you prime time. Like these noon kickoffs, like Ohio State's been
No.
having. Lame.
Joe,
Lame.
waking
Lamer
up-
than Stephen Hawking's
you
lame.
wake
Waking
up,
up,
you
putting a little bourbon in your
Yeah,
coffee and
exactly.
watching college football.
And the
This,
kids
this
aren't
is
fucking up your
literally
day.
this is literally the second time that I have drank anything more than one cider since the one time that I drank that entire
God, you
for half
fucking
that 12 pack and
square.
got drunk.
You straight edge square.
Biscuit accurately
Who are you?
pointing out the
100%.
Rose Bowl is the OWG of bowl
That
games.
is
It's the
that is
Yep.
most
that is
accurate
100%.
of the Rose
What
Bowl.
pisses me off is they still act like it's so special, except for the fact that there are like home games played in the stadium all fucking year long. It's there every year, but every
the
other year it's
granddaddy of
dog
them all.
shit. Like, yeah, fuck off, granddaddy. Did Brett Nessler finally die off so we don't have to hear that saying anymore?
Okay,
like we
Jackson-
finally got rid
Brad
of Foreman
Nessler,
on the
but
fucking
Oh,
calendar
that
feed.
guy's a
Did
legend.
you just blend Brent Musburger and Brad Nessler? Brett
I mean, yeah, it's
Nessler.
easier than
Nessler.
saying 2 words.
Well, he's
I said
running
it
to
once.
that corner and he even got it.
Even
That's-
my black ass knows that was wrong.
Then there's a
Damn.
fly ball to left field.
This is
All right,
that's
here's
ingrained to my
Here's
mind.
what the top 12 would be if we had the top 12 playoffs right now, if the Rose Bowl wasn't such a bunch of cunts.
Roll fucking wave.
Here's where we're at. Georgia, Ohio State, TCU, and Southern Cal are your top
Wait, where's
four.
Notre Dame?
Guys, they are not in. They are
Why?
just outside of this. At number 5 is Michigan. They would be taking on the 12th seeded Tulane.
Roll
season
fucking
is-
wave.
Thanks to Navy knocking off UCF this weekend.
Dude,
They've taken UCF out of the playoff picture.
Look at Bama. Look at Bama right in there, ready to
Yeah,
take on.
Bama
They're ready to take on Georgia again.
Bama moved up, and look, you're gonna have Bama beating Tennessee because that's a rematch.
Yeah,
100%.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
then they beat Ohio State because that's what they do.
And we
And then,
Except-
and then we've got a
except-
rematch in the national championship of Georgia, Alabama.
okay, but seriously, if you look at this play out, right? Okay, so LSU, Penn State, who cares? Pick one. 'cause I
LSU,
think,
fuck it.
sure, let's go LSU.
LSU's
So
running that whole quarter.
So then LSU.
Well, no,
is-
that's an easy one, Mike. LSU, because Brian Kelly killed a kid. Penn State just
That DJ Jerk.
well,
LSU comes out of that side of the bracket. Then you got Alabama, Ohio State. Good game.
Alabama wins.
Coin. For the sake of argument, we'll say Alabama.
Of course.
And then you have Clemson beating Oregon, and then Georgia beating the.
I don't know about that one actually. I think Oregon might upset Clemson.
It doesn't
Georgia,
matter.
Georgia wins.
yeah,
that.
Doesn't
exactly.
matter.
It
Either one of
doesn't
them.
matter. It's an
Georgia-
irrelevant matchup. Whoever
Georgia
wins.
comes out right.
It's a fucking 8-9. Who cares?
And then
And Michigan runs the other one. Sorry.
Right, then you
No,
got-
Tulane does.
Then you got Michigan beating South Carolina,
Oh,
and your
Caesar.
final 4 is Georgia versus Michigan,
Tulane.
and Alabama versus LSU. 3 SEC teams in the final 4. We expand the playoffs. We get 3 SEC teams in the final 4.
This is what college football deserves. This would be so well. This is the type of chaos I want, where somehow the SEC gets 4 teams in one day. That's what I dream of. A 4 SEC
so
final. Everybody else just sitting there, arms crossed, and bitter beer face, just mad as fuck.
See, that's
Final 4 and it's all SEC. We should have never went to 12.
We can have chaos this year. If LSU beats Georgia, who's been susceptible at times with their DBs, and TCU
Stop trying to give us accurate breakdowns. All that matters here is that we're getting the same final we got last year. Bama, Georgia.
We're here for comical takes here.
It can happen. This chaos can happen this year.
Bama, Georgia, collision course.
That'd be chaos.
It'd be brilliant. It'd be so good.
Look,
That's why you wake up at drinking 9 in the
Bama
morning
team,
is for this kind of
Bama
chaos.
team ain't Bama from a few years ago.
No,
They're
Vikings will win
not.
the title.
No, of course not.
Definitely
But that's not the point.
But
It's
they're
just
loaded.
It's just the
Are
idea
they?
that
A
these things.
two-loss loaded team. 2-loss loaded team. No.
They're
It's just-
loaded, bro.
it's
Well, hey,
just
Joe,
the
they're playing in
idea
the
that these
toughest
things
conference
play
in the
out
country.
same way.
Yeah, that
Like, it's-
Austin
they've got
Peay
3
game
Final Four
this
teams.
past
It's
weekend
such
was
a tough
fucking
conference.
difficult.
It's not about breakdowns at all.
Look, I'm going to
literally.
take 10 guys from this group, and we're going to play Austin Peay, and I bet we win.
I don't know about that.
I think
I'm
you're
even gonna have
underestimating
Mike-
how
I'm even gonna have
how
Mike play
distracted
center.
we get by the co-eds.
I just want to take snaps
There
from Mike.
is. Ryan says just rename the playoffs to SEC Invitational already. Did you see how many SEC teams are even in it? Like, look at how many teams are in there. Georgia, you got Alabama, you got Tennessee, you got LSU.
So 4.
Of the playoffs.
4 out of 12. You got
4.
3
See how
out
many
of 12 big
teams?
teams.
We were talking about 3. There's so many teams. Add one more.
That's why it's gonna be funny when 4 of them end up in the final one of these.
Sorry,
years.
I love this Sarah White chiming in. Go P.
Is this a high school in Ohio?
What? Austin P's down south somewhere.
Hey, real
gotta
quick,
wrap this
Joe,
one up.
this Saturday, Harbaugh's got a lot to play for. He's got $2 million on the line.
What?
Yes, if Harbaugh wins this game
He's
and
freaking out.
Big Ten championship, he gets a $500,000 bonus. If he wins the Big Ten championship, that's another $500,000 bonus, and then he gets $1 million bonus for making the playoffs. $2 million on the line for
Look,
Harbaugh.
I ain't gonna lie. Some random black kid might get called the N-bomb this week by mistake. The stakes are that high. The stakes are that high. Emotions will be running high. If things get out of line, Jimmy might accidentally let one slip. And you know what? I understand. With $2 million on the line, I'll be like, Coach, I get it. I mean, you're under a lot of pressure, man. It's $2 million. Like you just give me a little bit of that. We'll call it even. It's cool, man. I didn't hear it either. Like just slide me 50 G's. We good.
Khaki Jim is trying to play all the mind games already. You know, they're trying to play the whole like, oh man, Blake Corum might not play, and Edwards may not play, and all. No, look, even if Corum is hurt, they're going to make him play because Jim has shown a potential for not giving a shit about his players playing in the NFL
Potential?
and
You mean a
making
reality?
them play when they shouldn't be playing.
Who's got it better
Everything
than
I've
us?
seen, is that that Corum. I think it's like an MCL or PCL, but he's not going to be able to play. He's not going to be 100% Blake Corum, and this is not me trying to be 100% like OSU homerish, but if Corum isn't 100%, I really don't think they win that game because I've seen JJ McCarthy try to throw a football, and again. I could play behind that line and probably throw almost as well as JJ McCarthy has.
So Scott, I need you to ask your question again one more time here. Now that Joe's completed his analysis,
He hit anal.
Which question did I ask?
the Michigan question, you know.
Analysis.
Oh, who's got it better than us?
I know. Where are you gonna go?
Not South Bend.
God damn it, Joe. Okay, you know what?
See, look how mad he is about it still.
Football talk is over. I'm done. So you know what?
Put your flags up in the sky. Show them where you're from. Show them where you're from. Show the world we are one. We're talking about World Cup, right?
If we're not talking about Ted Lasso, then fuck soccer.
I was gonna say before we move on.
Cool. We've got 2 minutes to talk soccer. Hurry up. Let's go.
Is there
I'm
anything
gonna drag
stupider?
this-
We gotta talk about
Ohio
these
State?
beers we had.
Discussion. Let's have a
This is
discussion
the
so we can
proudest
talk
day
zero
Saudi Arabia's
soccer.
had since 9/12.
Okay. Hey. Oh Jesus
Whoa,
Christ.
whoa, what the?
Boo this man!
little bit drunk right now, and
I saw the
speechless for
tweet.
that.
I saw the
I don't
tweet
even
and
know
it
what-
had like 30,000 likes, and I had to say it.
Holy shit, dude! Holy shit!
He no longer has the password to Twitter. If that's the type of tweets you can expect, no. The
So
Twitter thing is gonna
Gabe
be
saying
done.
Kansas
No.
Caesar.
Guys, I've had a
Sarah
good, I've had a
saying-
good run with you guys. I really
That
appreciate
took a
you letting me
turn.
stay on the podcast.
And Whitey saying, "Don't boo that. That was fire."
Oh my god!
Of course,
Is
Whitey
it-
would say that.
Race card.
Oh, not that one. Give it to me.
There's gonna be some editing and post.
No, there is not.
Outro time.
Okay, so soccer talk.
Saudi Arabia beat Argentina 2-1. A plus
Yeah, what the fuck?
1,800 underdog beat
18 to 1
Messi.
odds. It was the biggest.
No,
upset in the
no.
World Cup
Plus
history.
2,300. That's how they closed. Right before kickoff, they closed at plus 2,300.
Budweiser. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Budweiser is all pissed off because they made a shitload of beer for the World Cup, and then days before, Qatar was like, "There's no beer allowed."
No.
So now Budweiser is
Is
donating.
it Qatar
Doing-
or is it Qatar?
No, fuck
because
that.
I've heard it
No,
that's
pronounced
bullshit.
both ways.
They're
It's
still
Qatar.
selling alcohol in the corporate suites. They're still
Sure.
selling booze at the
Sure,
stadium.
but for the most part, for the
Yeah, but
average
you're not
fan-
selling booze to the commoners.
But that's my
They'll just
fucking
get
point.
rowdy.
Like, what the hell, man? What is this bullshit?
the average
That's
fan,
right.
The hypocrisy of the atrocity of the caucasity.
the average fan, which if you look at the stadium is just males because there's no females in the
Well,
crowd.
I wonder why.
Very awkward to be like, because like that's one of my favorite parts about the World Cup is they will always show like
The smoking hot
Brazil
babes
chick,
from the
Oh,
foreign
the
countries.
2014
no
World Cup.
more. It's all just like everybody is just dude. It's just a big sausage.
You
fest.
want to talk about a disappointing match? Talk about the Netherlands game. Normally, they travel.
We really don't
well.
want to talk about any matches.
Budweiser has decided they are donating the beer that they made for the World Cup that they're not allowed to sell to the winning country, and they are also suing
Yeah.
FIFA for breach of contract.
Fuck
And
yeah.
I am here for it. This
Source
is listen,
Front Office Sports.
I don't always
Wait a
side
minute.
with AB and
I was
Bev,
gonna.
but in this case, 100%.
Hell
Has
side.
this
yeah.
come full circle where we used to just be? We would.
Anti-
AB InBev was like the Empire, like the Death Star Empire, and we were like Luke Skywalker and his scrappy little bunch of fuckers. Have we gotten to the point now where we're both on the same side?
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
Land sharks for everybody next week.
Wait, dude, I haven't seen a land shark since like Buffalo Wild Wings in 2007.
We're drinking it on the show next week. This is the official InBev podcast, baby.
nothing
We
but
side
crap-
with InBev.
nothing but crap breweries that have been bought by AB and Bev from here on out.
Yep.
Let's go. It's platform brewing week.
That's right, damn it. You better look on the side of that can and make sure it's got that logo before you walk out with it.
Oh, you talking about the crap logo? No, I'm talking about that AB and Bev logo, baby.
An AB approved.
I have a stupid
brewery.
Caesar story.
I've also decided really quickly before you get to the stupid Caesar story. I feel like
Fuck that
I've
far.
decided that AB InBev is much like Nestle. I find Nestle on more things that I'm like, holy
Bro.
fucking shit, Nestle owns this too? God damn.
Dude.
Ozark, Poland Springs. Every regional water brand is owned by Nestle.
Nestle owns everything.
Good to know.
Like it's like stuff that you're just like, it's not candy, it's not, it could just be whatever. I'm like, wow, fucking Nestle owns this too. Like, god damn.
Nestle
fucking-
owns the entire world.
So-
Like seriously, you're just like if you took a stance, you're like, I'm not giving Nestle any of my money. You'd be one hungry, thirsty motherfucker.
Dog,
Yeah.
we just aged decades in the last 30 seconds because Scott pointing out Nestle's conglomerate, Matt Barr pointing out, congratulations, you're adults. That's what happens when you realize the Empire was right all along. Tyson chiming in saying Luke Skywalker is a terrorist, and Tank summing it up saying, in a rare twist of fate, Budweiser is the good guy. It's like cheering for
The suspense is killing me on that comment.
I know.
Alabama.
Get it together, Tank.
It's like,
God damn
it's
it.
come full circle. It's like me cheering for Nick Saban, Alabama.
Tank, we're still waiting. Let's
goddamn
go.
Right.
Let's go.
Or maybe we just stitch
stitch
his earlier comment of it's like religious values are for sale or something. In a
Bro,
rare
they
twist of fate,
are.
Budweiser is the good guy. It's like cheering. Holy shit, guys! I just realized how we make all our money. Cards Against Humanity craft brewed style.
It's
We take
9:31. We should
We
probably talk
take
about
the
these beers we're
comments
drinking.
and make the cards. On
I have
the
a dumb
comments to
story.
then stitch
Oh
them
yeah,
together.
dumb Caesar story. Go.
Dude, I didn't realize Bud Light was literally Budweiser Light. I thought Bud Light was its own thing for the longest time. You know how I found this out?
Boo this man!
No, I have a defense, and
Boo this man!
I guarantee you that
Boo this man!
most kids born
Mike,
after
let the kids speak. Jesus.
most kids
No.
born after
Boo this man!
most kids born after 2000 would realize that.
Boo this man!
This is the same thing as me.
Y'all some assholes. Y'all some assholes.
Because
Joe, I have touched it.
I need
Boo this man!
Your boy Caesar, it's your boy doing it.
wait, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm brown. I'm proud. Anyways,
Oh God, it's Mookie.
I know I'm brown and proud. It's okay.
Joe's
So
got control, bro.
the thing is, look.
Hands up, don't shoot.
After 2000, the marketing was all blue and white Bud Light. Not once had they ever said they were Budweiser Light. So they tweeted earlier this year, "Oh, should we bring back the classic labels?" And I was like, "Oh, let me click on the tweet." I had a Budweiser label with a light
Bro,
under it, and I was like, "No,
You needed them
no
to call
way."
themselves Budweiser
Bro,
Light to make that
Budweiser
connection.
is called Bud Heavy. They call it Bud Heavy.
I'm Mexican. I don't know that."
Race card.
But it's not even like your defense
is the U.S. men's national team right now.
Your
Bro, that's
defense
fine.
is literally the naming of it, that they didn't name it Budweiser Light, like they didn't spell out the entire
I'm not
word.
gonna lie to you.
That's why. Like if Pepsi was like, "Hey, this is Diet Pep," you'd be like, "Oh my God, where's this new brand coming from? Holy
Whole new
shit!
drink.
The best 21
This
years have
company
been
is taking over."
the best 21 years have been like, damn, isn't that like a copyright issue? Like Bud. But like, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let them rock and let them ball.
Caesar's life has been a lie up to this point, apparently.
I can't accept this
Let's
revelation.
wrap
This is
talk by
bullshit.
saying the U.S. men's national team was a complete disappointment.
No, USA, 1776 part 3 on Friday.
We're gonna lose to England on Friday, and then maybe tie Iran if they're lucky and end up with 1 point.
Not
The winner gets the nuclear codes.
We already have them.
Mr. fucking 912 over here. God damn it.
And then this Friday's for 21 Savage.
Scott, what were you drinking when you bang it?
I found another KBS.
Did you have Bud Light?
No, I didn't have Bud. I did not drink Budweiser Light. Yeah. This was just a Founders, another KBS, cinnamon vanilla. 12%. It's great. I'd fuck it. I can't. The last 10 minutes of this show have been fucked beyond belief.
So
Tyson's mind is blown. The Diet Coke is the Diet Virgin.
Ask any 21-year-old, 22 and below.
Sarah makes a great point. Sarah says you can understand the notion of copyright.
That's why I was so confused. I didn't know.
So then tell me, Caesar, that Matt's also not right, that he says Coca-Cola and Coke are different brands.
No,
in
because I
Caesar's
live in the
mind.
South.
That's why
Texas.
he only gets Coke at McDonald's.
Every soda's Coke here. Sunkist is Coke. Fanta's Coke. Everything's Coke here.
It's gonna blow his mind if they're.
Worldwide Caesar is Mr. 912.
Caesar's mind must be blown anytime they don't put Mick at the front of anything at McDonald's. Like, it must be like, wow, McDonald's is letting people infiltrate their shit, huh? That's crazy.
Oh man.
Oh
Dude,
my god.
ask any 22-year-old and below, and they'll
I
probably
can't.
side with me.
All you're
No.
doing is
We don't
explaining
have
to
to.
kids
We've got
Okay,
kids.
here's-
they
way.
are stupid.
Here's the thing.
Well, that's
Caesar
fine.
completely redeemed himself. He's getting the passcode to Twitter because I want those type of tweets going out from the show from now on.
Yes, sir. 100% dog. USA, USA, USA.
Oh my
Mookie, what were you
god.
drinking when you bang it?
Yeah, I was drinking organic honey beastly porter. Absolutely bang it all day, every day. Apparently, we donate to the planet when we buy this beer. So drink more and save the bees, man.
Oh, fuck yeah. Save the bees. Deadass.
Joe, you want to recap your beers and what you
I
banged?
can't wait for the market takeover when they rename this shit Budweiser
Right
Light.
now, I am still trying to choke down this Sunrise hard
No
seltzer
good, huh?
cherry punch, and it's terrible. The only one I've had tonight that I would take home, and I'd probably
Is
call
the
her
stout.
back in, you guava? Be kidding me. The rest of these, I might get hammered and give him a shot for a night, and then it's like, come back and call me.
Caesar, what were you drinking when you bang it?
I was drinking myself today, apparently. I was drinking Rodeo Clown Imperial Tropical IPA. 9% alky. Carbog, shout out the H. Love Texas.
Caesar, for you, just because you weren't here when I introduced it, but because you said Texas and Notre Dame had a chance to play, I drank a 512 IPA.
The Christians die when they play Texas.
It's an original.
Custody of a... I can't say that.
It's good. It's a dad pop. I'd bang it.
My head is fucked.
I'm in
Spinning.
pain laughing. This was a damn good show. Joe, we didn't say it before, but even though the walk is over, haulacrossthecountry.com. If you want to buy Joe a pedicure, you want to donate to Run a Mile for Jackson, you can still do so at haulacrossthecountry.com.
Or not buy a t-shirt, Caesar.
If you have Falcon Bank, you can't buy a shirt because it'll get called for fraud. Just
Are you
saying.
sure your
Heard of
bank is
Falcon
real? Like, have you
Yeah.
started there?
It's a South
Falcon
Texas.
Bank.
It's a South Texas bank. They have a great fraud department.
I bank with Falcon Light. I don't know if there's any relation.
Oh, thanks.
I go for the full word. I'm at Bird's Bank. I don't just shorten it by what type of bird it is.
It's a
I
great
like to
bank.
have a bigger, broader category. If they'd called it Bird's Bank, we would have known.
It's because I thought Bud was like what is
It's
it?
ornithological bank.
No,
Thank
Does-
I
you.
thought it was like
Does the
marketing.
main advice they give in their financial department to, not keep all your eggs in one basket?
Damn.
That's
Wrap it
the
up. Wrap
best
it up
joke.
after that one.
That's
Wrap
the
it up
best
after
joke
that one.
Mookie has ever had on this show. Hang on.
Yeah,
you
give it
heard
to him.
Also, guys, if
That
you or
was-
anybody you know is experiencing mental crisis, suicide
Oh
crisis,
yeah, right. Let's do that right now.
988. There is always someone there to listen. Suicide and Crisis Lifeline nationwide 988. Good work, Mookie. I'm proud of you.
This one has been a woo.
Hey,
This is
happy
like George
Thanksgiving.
Costanza when he makes a good joke and he just walks out. Good night, everybody. Okay, you're done.
No, I was gonna say it's Thanksgiving. I was thinking about it earlier because
I thought it was ambush marketing. There you go. I remember the term. I thought it was ambush marketing.
Well, I'm getting an early head start. I'm thankful for Caesar. Holy fuck. I am thankful for Caesar.
I was just gonna say we should live tweet our biggest bar night in America tomorrow.
The last 20 minutes of this show between 9:12 and Budweiser Light
I had
I just realized the 9 and 12.
I had three
God.
moments written down for the show, and then I just stopped writing because I'm like, just the second half. We'll cut and drop and send that out as our promo. I don't know if I want to get Caesar canceled and put the 912 thing out there, but I'm definitely putting the Bud Light.
No, can't you put
That-
the
that one is
Keep the
Mr.
Bud Light.
91
Keep the Bud Light.
Yeah, the Bud Light
That's-
one, please. I'm looking for jobs.
That is a show.
I'm looking for
promo.
jobs.
I'm looking for jobs. After I get hired, then maybe.
No. Hey, man, this is new. Like you young kids and you liberals nowadays, y'all want to cancel everybody for stuff they did 20 years ago. So it don't matter.
Joe,
it's out there in the public.
Before we go, I want one more moment that Mookie can ruin. This one's for you, man. I'm proud of you. Cheers to you, dude.
Cheers to you, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Fucking amazing.
Love you,
Congratulations.
And thank everybody that's followed along in here, that's donated, that's bought a shirt, not Caesar. And
I tried to buy a fucking shirt, bro. I have the PayPal email in my email address. PayPal didn't let me do it.
Maybe it's
So are you sure
Falcon.
PayPal didn't deny you because they thought Falcon was fake?
Were you using PayPal Lite?
Joe, cheers to you, man. Happy birthday, brother. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Love you,
Thank
Joe.
you guys so much for tuning in. This has been a fantastic show. We hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. Get drunk with your family. It makes it more tolerable. Be sure to follow the show at Crafty Sports on Twitter, where Caesar will be taking over after this show. Who knows what the hell is going to happen there? So go follow along for that shit show.
This whole show is
Follow us on Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and join the Facebook Live, the Facebook group. It's a ton of fun in there. It's good people. Go in there, have some fun. Also, be sure to subscribe and review wherever you get your podcast. Shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. Tons of great content there. Go hit up all the Belly Up Sports podcasts. Subscribe and review to all of those. We will see you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
Budweiser Light, the other brand of beer.
Can't follow
I'm
that.
thankful for CBS Nation. Fuck yeah.
Go.
Feel like poop right now.